Hello and welcome back to the Monday Night Spurs show, live on YouTube every Monday at 9 p.m. Tonight we are joined by Ollie, who's about to have a drink. Bang on cue. So it's our first loss since we started the YouTube channel. We knew coming into this we won't be talking about wins every single week. But Crystal Palace 3, Tottenham Hotspur 0. It feels like Mourinho days again right now. Ollie, how are you feeling? How are you yourself? And how are you feeling about the result of the weekend?
I knew it'd be a hard game. I think I knew it wouldn't be easy. I have a few friends who are Crystal Palace fans, and I know that at their ground they're quite good.
Yeah.
But to lose 3-0 to Palace, for Palace to win 3-0 at home is pretty unheard of. So to concede 3 and lose, yeah, it's shocking to be fair, and just disappointing really after the unreal start we had.
Yeah, not in my lifetime I can recall us losing 3-0 to Palace. Even saying it right now, and when I was creating the thumbnail earlier, creating all the stats and data I needed for tonight's show, I kept thinking in my head, Crystal Palace 1, Tottenham 0. But then I was like, 3-0. 3-0, which is just bizarre. Even like you said, I can't imagine Palace beating Norwich 3-0.
I don't think Palace will win 3-0 again this season at home.
It seems absolute bizarre. And it's no discredit to Palace. They totally deserve the win. They totally deserve to win 3-0.
100%.
I think they had about 18 shots compared to us having 2. The stats are completely in Palace's favour. You may realise tonight there is no Gaz. Gaz has actually pre-recorded some clips for us, so Gaz is going to give us his opinions throughout the stream. They are pre-recorded, and then if anyone wants to agree or disagree with Gaz, let us know in the comment section below. So we've got our first comment, and here it's, speaking of the devil, it's Gary.
Hey.
Gary says, I remember losing 3-0 against Palace at Selhurst. I think Andy Johnson scored for them. I don't think it may well be 3-0. I do remember Andy Johnson scoring a few penalties back in the day for him, for Palace. I think he was Palace's top goal scorer that season. But
good player, very good player.
Yeah, where should we start then, Ollie? With the game on Saturday. Let's talk about the lineup. 3 defensive midfielders. That's what everyone's talking about right now. What are you thinking?
I don't think there's ever a situation in football where you should play 3 CDMs to start anyway. I feel like you play with 3 CDMs and it's like you know that you're not going to have much of the ball. You know that you just want to shut up shop. And fair enough against the big team. Maybe if you go to Man City or you go to Chelsea or you go to Liverpool and you need something out of the game, it's towards the end of the season, you need a point, then fair enough. Or you're a small team trying to survive. But 4 games in, Crystal Palace away, and you're playing 3 CDMs. And you've got Gil or Brian Gill, I don't know how you say his surname, you've got him on the bench.
Yeah.
You've got 3 CDMs. Well, why couldn't you have put Skip and Højbjerg and then put Gil in front of them?
Yeah,
or put him on the wing and put Dele at cam, put him on the wing with Mora.
Yeah.
I just think 3 CDMs. I'd like to know what Nuno was thinking, but I don't think he can defend it either. I think he knows now he made a mistake.
So yeah, like you said, so it's 3 defensive midfielders against Crystal Palace away.
Yeah.
Before the game, we're top of the league. Nuno manager of the month, and now we've got Chelsea coming up and Arsenal coming up. So what's he going to do? Play 3 defensive midfielders again? Is he going to go even more defensive? It's like I don't actually. He's put himself in such a strange position.
Yeah.
I don't think he can even go more defensive unless you're going to play like Lucas and Bergwijn as like the fullbacks to cover Emerson and Reguilon. Like I don't even understand.
I can't.
What we're actually doing now.
I don't understand it. No, I don't. It's hard to even describe or try and think why he done it.
Yeah. But
maybe, like I said, Man City away, maybe you could kind of... I know we've got injury problems, but you never need to play 3 centre defensive mids. Never.
So the first half we saw Eric Dier get injured. Did you see the injury?
I've seen the injury, yeah. I think it's... I just think they said it's a very bad dead leg.
It obviously come from a Loris rollout, so it was self-inflicted. Didn't need to happen. Like... I'm not sure if we was trying to counter-attack, but an injury that didn't have to happen. And the first 10 minutes, I don't know. Well, I wouldn't say we was looking good, but
no,
we could have grew in confidence in that first 10 minutes of Dier.
That's usually that's usually where the first 20 minutes is kind of where you set your tempo of the game. You try and get the first attack. You try and make the first challenge. You try and show the other team that you're up for it.
Yeah.
But the first 10 minutes, there was nothing. Well, there wasn't anything the 90 minutes. But in terms of the first 10 minutes, there was no fight. There was nothing. And that kind of set the tempo for the rest of the game.
Yeah, so I've got the stats for the first half for Spurs, that is.
Yeah.
No shots, no attempts. So regardless of Dier getting injured, we've not had an attempt on goal. That's it. So you ain't gonna win a game with you don't have an attempt.
Well, you don't shoot, you don't score, do you? You know what
I mean, people might laugh about it, but we saw it in the Man City v Spurs women's game the other night. Yep. They put the Spurs women put the ball in the box. We've put it in a dangerous area and we've scored. Of course. Did you see the goal?
Yeah, was that the one where it come off the post and it hit the woman? The woman hit it in as well.
And there was a hand with God in there, but they put the ball in a dangerous area.
Yeah.
And we haven't even done that. Like Kane didn't have a touch in their penalty box or have a shot in 90 minutes.
I think that's the first time in a long while, isn't it? I think I read that. Yeah.
So a big problem we had at the weekend was creativity, and I said this earlier. We're lacking creativity, but we had the top goal scorer from last season, and also the player with the most assists last season. He was playing on the pitch, Harry Kane.
Yep.
So there's your creativity. There's your goal scorer. So where is
nothing?
He?
Yeah, again, it's concerning. There's at the moment you look in the squad that played on Saturday, and Dele's not the kind of player he used to be in terms of creativity.
Yeah,
you've got Winks, you've got Højbjerg, you've got Skip.
Yeah,
the only two players in that lineup I think that can kind of create something out of nothing is probably Kane and Moura. But even then, nothing. And
absolutely.
Kane, I feel like his head dropped as well. I feel like he was getting no service. He wasn't, and he was trying to come deep to collect the ball. But when you've got three CDMs and they couldn't even make the passes. They couldn't put three passes together.
That's the thing. If you've got the three defensive midfielders, and then you got Ali played left wing or he played in the diamond. I still don't know what he done.
No.
So that's almost four people in the middle.
Yeah.
And then you've got Kane dropping back to make five people in the middle.
Yeah.
You're not going to get Skip making the runs over the top. You ain't going to get
we had that many players. We had that many players in the middle and we still got overrun. That's what I don't understand.
When we have the ball in the middle of the pitch, you got no one running ahead.
No.
So you got no one literally going into the box to try and score. I think, and the fact this happened the whole 90 minutes with just a Lucas Moura shot, that's all I can recall. Jermaine Genius on commentary, Darren Fletcher on commentary. They said it within the first 10 minutes. They could see the problem.
Yeah,
nothing was done.
And you'd think as a manager at half time you could see the problem.
But it's almost like, what do you actually expect with the lineup? And if and we have to take in, because I think I was going to say take into consideration. You don't. Yes, the red card doesn't matter. You got a red card. I'm not saying we should go and win the game 2-0 or whatever.
No, of course
not. Got a red card. I'm expecting us. We had one attempt. I'm not expecting us to win the game. I'm just expecting us to have a go. But
it's like we went there. It's like we went there for a point.
Yeah, no, it literally is, and that's like
it's genuinely like it was near the end of the season. We needed a point to get full spot, and we've gone there, and we just tried to hold out and then try and get them on the counter. We didn't even do that. It was. I didn't get to watch the game in live, but I watched the extended highlights, and I don't know. It looked bizarre. It looked. If you told me we lost 3-0 to Palace, I wouldn't have believed. You know what I mean? I wouldn't believe you.
Yeah.
And, frustrating.
The club's motto: "To dare is to do."
Yeah.
When Tottenham media and the press are so good at getting you hyped up for big games, and the media side of it is brilliant. And then you come to match day on the pitch, and you're like, "Why was I excited?" It all feels like a lie. And
then the day after, they'll tweet saying "tough week ahead," or the journey continues, and then it gets you thingy again. It's just
literally to dare is to do. I think to dare is to do every single day, and it's just we're not daring at all. We're not daring off the pitch or on the pitch.
Yeah,
I've said. Sorry, I know I'm on a bit of a run here, but I said this earlier.
No, I agree. Yeah,
I said this earlier. Last season we had Carlos Vinicius and Gareth Bale.
Yeah,
our backup now is Dylan Markande and Dane
Scarlett.
Scarlett. And that's not even exaggerating. This is actually facts.
Genuine.
Dylan Markande and Scarlett are on the bench these days.
Yeah.
This is just facts. Like, and yes, we've got the Argentinian players to come back. We've got Son and Bergwijn to come back.
Yep.
But this is the squad now. It's not like we've got players out with COVID or long-term injuries. No. This is it. This is the actual 25-man squad.
Yeah, the thing that I feel, for me anyway, to dare is to do, that slogan to me kind of means attacking football. You go for it. You concede 3, you score 4.
You're not afraid to lose.
And I don't care. Like, we lost 3-0. If you lose 3-0 and you're outplayed and you're genuinely, you've done everything you can and they've genuinely the better team. And don't get me wrong, Palace were the better team, 100%. No argument. But we made it so easy. There was... I don't care if we lost 3-0, but someone said we had 20 shots or we were going for it, and do you know what I mean? We played okay. Then there'd be a few positives that you take out of it, but there is not one positive that you could take out of Saturday. Not one.
No, like even now I'm thinking, what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna calm down a bit, let off some steam. We're gonna get Gary's thoughts on Palace. So Gary's left a pre-recorded clip for us. So Ollie and I are going to catch our breath. And this is Gary from the Monday Night Spurs show. Going to give his opinions on Saturday's woeful performance at Selhurst Park.
Hey everyone, it's Gaz from the Monday Night Spurs show. I'm afraid I won't be able to make the live stream on Monday as I'm away on holiday. So I will be doing my reviews and previews pre-recorded. So going into this game, what felt like the longest international break ever, we couldn't wait to see Saturday afternoon league football once again. All looking forward to the game versus Palace, sitting comfortably at the top of the league, maximum points going into this one, and 0 goals conceded until we play Palace away. Crystal Palace 3, Tottenham Hotspur 0. An absolute shambolic performance to say the least. Nothing positive to say about the match. We was bossed all over the pitch. Disappointing to watch. No creativity. Passing was poor, and we also lose 2 more defenders in the game. Simply embarrassing. I think the afternoon was summed up by Diers going off injured 12 minutes in the game. Then after that, it was pretty much all Palace outperforming us all over the pitch. The second half, we really needed some big changes, but because of the early change, Nuno decided to stick. But I reckon if he would have made the change if Dier didn't go off. So the second half wasn't much of an improvement anyway. As we saw, Tangangas lose his head and receive 2 yellow cards in quick successions. Then Davies gives away a penalty for handball. Edouard scores in a matter of seconds after coming off the bench and gets another one right at the death. And we still had one substitute to use. Utter shambolic.
So there's Gary's thoughts from the weekend, and he made a good point. Like, we still had 1 sub left. I know Edouard's goals did come late on, but he could have the game was done at 3-0. The game was done at 1-0, to be honest with you. But you still could have brought on Gil, Ndombele, Markande, get him some minutes.
The annoying thing is
the whole club seems so down just give up. Literally, there's just nothing there. Go on, mate.
And one of them subs was due to an injury as well. Do you know what I mean? It kind of reminds me that I remember when it was the end of the Pochettino era where he didn't make subs, and I don't know if that's a lack of confidence that he has in the players on the bench. That is it going to the board to say, look, we still need to strengthen. We haven't got. But then again, if you have that attitude as a manager, you're not going to push on. Do you know what I mean? Teams do come back. Teams do score late goals, but to have only had 2 subs in 90 minutes and one of them to be forced due to an injury and to lose 3-0 is pretty bad.
Well, yeah, one was injury related and one was suspension related.
So there was no
tactical change. It was just
and that is worrying. That is actually really
for this. It was for the sake of a game of football. That was the sub was made so the game could go ahead still. Literally, it wasn't to get us back into the game. It was just a mess, absolute mess. Let's take. I've got some screenshots here, so we're going to take a look at the average match positions from the game on Saturday. So they are by players' numbers. So hopefully some of you do know the players' numbers. So if we look at number 20 and number 8, number 20 is Delhi and number 8 is Winks.
Yeah.
So the average position, they're almost on top of each other. So, and you've got you got Skip, number 29, and Højbjerg, number 5. I just don't understand what's going on here. Like
that left side is so congested.
It just looks a mess, doesn't it? Like,
but it doesn't look like there's anything. I know position maps aren't always the most structured due to obviously players do run around. Yeah. But that one is concerningly over one side. And to think that we didn't even go down that side that often, or we didn't even create anything going down that side.
Yeah. You also need to take into account that number 15 is Eric Dier, and he went up after 10 minutes. So if you take away number 15 Dier, it looks even more bizarre. Like the gap between Davis and Rodon, you know, and then the gap between Rodon and Emerson. It's just.
And what Sahar was going down? What side was Sahar going down? Was he
Emerson,
going down the right?
12.
Yeah.
So,
it's just...
But
shocked. Yeah.
And look. I know this is just a rough guide on average, so it's hard to judge how accurate this is. But if you look where Harry Kane is, I mean, he's meant to be the furthest man forward, and he barely. I don't think he even is. It looks like Lucas is.
I was going to say Lucas looks like to where they edged it further than.
Yeah.
And to think that Kane is obviously a target man as well, and to think he needs to be in there to score the goals, and he's playing as a centre mid.
Yeah. All right. So Gary's left another comment for us. I noticed Reguilon was getting forward a lot as a left wing back, but the service to him was also poor. That's the thing. Like, I don't even know who we're meant to give the ball to.
Yeah. Like, there's not one of them players, Højbjerg, Winks, or Skip, who can play a ball.
With Sonny, you almost give the ball to Son, or
and let him run
over the top. He'll run onto it. Or counter attack. But
Winks and Skip can't play balls like that to the wing backs, or they can't. Do you know what I mean?
That's another thing. Gina's did say that a lot. The ball to Skip over to Emerson was on so much, and he just refused to do it.
Yeah,
I think he tried once, and I think Winks tried a couple of times. I think they both realised they couldn't do it. I believe Skip is capable of doing it, but Skip, I think he's a bit not down. I think he's took a bit of a knock from the injury. In the under-21s, and he's not.
Obviously, I didn't watch it. Did he look off the pace in a little bit?
He was very sloppy in his passing.
Yeah. And that's usually not like him either.
Gary says, and this is why Ndombele needs to start. He can create space in his passing a lot better than Winks. I think Skippy wasn't much fit. Yeah, I totally agree. Didn't look like Skip was fit. But if we talk about Conor Gallagher, I think he ran the show. He embarrassed Skip and Højbjerg and Winks. He would have done even worse than Ndombele. I don't think Ndombele would have done man.
No, I agree.
You know. Oh, and Kane, we didn't see nothing from Kane. If Kane didn't react, and this is his boyhood club, I don't think Ndombele was going to react at 2-0, 3-0 down.
Sure.
Right, let's close on Palace because we've nearly been going for 20 minutes just talking about Palace. So it's funny how you can talk so much more about a loss
than a win. Yeah.
What I do want to take a quick look at is the creativity. I showed you this off stream. So what we're going to look at now is Tottenham's creativity in the first 4 games of the season. So this is Tottenham. As you'll see from attack, we've scored 3 goals, averaging 3/4 of a goal a game, 38 shots, 18 on target. But the big one at the bottom, 1 big chance created in 4 games. We've created 1 big chance in 4 games. That big chance was the through ball to Steven Bergwijn against Manchester City, and he hit it into like I said, I'm not expecting us to beat these teams. We did beat Man City, but I'm just wanting us to create some chances, you know. So we've created 1 big chance in 4 games. It's unbelievably frustrating. And Wolves away, like I said, I expect us to create chances, and then Palace away, like I said, I do expect us to beat Palace away. I really do, but so again, we didn't create a chance. Comparing this to Norwich City. Sorry, Ollie, I'll let you in a minute, mate. Norwich City, this is Norwich City stats. Goals won, averaging 1/4 of a goal a game. Big chances created, 2. Norwich City have created more chances than us this season in Premier League. Now you might be like, oh, it's only one more chance. Norwich City have played Liverpool at home, Manchester City away, Leicester home, and Arsenal away, and they've created more chances than us. And they are better teams than the teams we have faced. Of course, we have both played Man City, but Norwich have created more chances, even though it is just the one chance. So there is a serious problem here with the creativity at the club, and at the moment there is no answer to the creativity. I mean, people are calling for Alfie Devine to come in now because there is no creativity. Like left, there is not. We've got Gil to come in, and like I said, Ndombele and Lo Celso, but we don't know what's happening with them. Why no Gil? David says, and that's exactly it. We don't know why there's no Gil. And I also don't know why Ollie's like in the dark right now. Are you still there, Ollie?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, but you pitch black.
I don't know what's happening.
Right.
I can't.
I'll kick you out. Right, we'll kick him out for a second. But yeah, why no Brian Gill? This is what we've been talking about already. We don't know why Brian Gill isn't starting. What frustrates me is when Spurs have players, new signings, takes them forever to bed in. Look at Jack Clark and Sessegnon. They're probably not good enough to play for Spurs at the end of the day. But then you look at Edouard, come on the other day against us, of course, scores 2 goals. 36-year-old Ronaldo, I know it is Cristiano Ronaldo, makes his debut, starts straight into the first team lineup, bags 2 goals. But for Tottenham, we have to edge these players in bit by bit. It's a Spurs thing. We hide behind so many excuses about bedding players in. And then when we did play Brian Gill in the Conference League qualifier, he got played with dross, absolute dross. It was like inexperienced Dane Scarlett. I think Jack Clark played. Lo Celso played, not much fit. We're really not. We need to play Gill with Harry Kane. He did play against Passos in the second leg, and Brian Gill looked good. I think he got the assist for Kane's first goal. But I think that's what we got, Brian Gill. We need to see more of him. And Nuno's in a tough situation now. He either has to play him against Rennes or Rene, or if he doesn't play him Thursday, he's got to start against Chelsea.
Agreed.
What do you think, though?
Yeah, I feel like in terms of creativity, we're lacking it so much. We've never replaced Eriksen. I saw a stat today with Lo Celso, and obviously I like Lo Celso, but I didn't realise that I think in 48 Premier League games he's got 1 goal and 3 assists. That's a season. That's not a Premier. That's not a Eriksen replacement. That's not a £60 million player. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
I mean, I don't be like all the other channels, like all the other YouTubes and podcasts, but I don't want to keep back singing off the same hymn sheet. But I've got Harry Winks' stats. He's played 111 games for Tottenham. 111. Yep. In them games, he's got 2 goals, 2 assists, and then big chances created. Yeah, how many big chances created do you think he's got?
What I want to go 3.
He's got 3. He's created 3 big chances.
In
111 games in the Premier League.
And I reckon his 2 goals as well weren't even the big chances. Do you know what I mean? I reckon he probably missed a few sitters. And
these 111 games are when Tottenham must have been playing very good football. You know, the Champions, not the last Champions League run. I think the run where we beat Madrid, but Real Madrid won the Champions League.
Yep. I remember that. Yeah.
Then. So 3 big chances created. It's just incredible, absolutely incredible. Right, let's. What else we got? I was going to say keep calm or panic stations, but I'm panicking a bit now. I'm actually panicking. What are you thinking? Are you panicking yet? Or
not yet? No. We had 5 players missing for injury. Obviously, Palace isn't an easy place to go either.
Yeah.
I feel like 4 games in, don't panic yet. But if this carries on, then there'd be no reason not to panic at all. Thing is, we could go and beat Chelsea on Sunday, and it'd be everyone. Do you know what I mean? Singing everyone's praises again.
It feels like he has to beat Chelsea. Yeah, he has to get a result. I really do. I think he has to get a result.
Yeah, right. I can't. Yeah, I won't talk about Chelsea, but yeah.
All right. Let's just remove. Where is it? All right, let's remove that. So let's preview Thursday night. Rennes or Rene. I'm calling them Rennes. What are you calling them?
Rennes, because Rene is that
Rennes.
tablet you take if you've got indigestion. So I'll go with Rennes.
Right. So previewing them, we'll let Gary have his say. Why I catch my breath again. So this is Gary's thoughts on the upcoming Europa Conference League game on Thursday.
So on Thursday, we've got a Europa Conference League match against Rennes. For me, I think the game should be used as a confidence booster. I would like to see a mixture of rotation and first-team players. I'd like to see Ndombele start this match, only for about 60 minutes or so, as I'd like him to stay fresh for Chelsea next Sunday. I would also like to see Brian Gill play, but again, just for the 60, 70 minutes. I also noticed Dylan Makande was on the bench Saturday against Crystal Palace, so I'd like to see him feature also at some point. This boy looks a real talent, and if he can step up, we will get another first team option, which will help so much. Depending on how we play, we should get at least a draw in this one. It's first game of the group stage. After the performance with Palace, it makes me wonder if we will improve or not, so I would settle for a draw.
There he is, the man himself. And Gaz says he lives on Rennes. He lives on Rennes. I bet I bet they're all in his car, aren't they, somewhere, all down the pockets. So, are you looking forward to the game Thursday night? What are you thinking? Are you going to watch it?
Yeah,
are you going to watch it?
Yeah, I'll watch it for sure. I think it's an early kickoff, isn't it, as well? I think it's 5 o'clock, quarter to 6. But no, I feel like the Palace game's over now. No need to look back at it. I feel like you've got to be confident. We've got to go into Thursday night, and then we've got Chelsea on Sunday. With Rennes, I think it'd be interesting to see what the team's going to be, due to the fact that we have Chelsea on the Sunday.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure. What's the situation on the Argentinian players? Are they allowed to play, or
that's Sunday? Yeah, they come back.
So they
eligible from Saturday, I think.
So I can see Kane starting on Thursday.
I think he has to.
I'd like to see Brian Gill as well. I'd like to see him start. Probably got to go maybe more as well. Do you know what I mean? We're at a point at the moment with the injuries that there's not really much you can change.
But you know, this is what really winds me up is that when we have these Europa League games, Europa Conference games, you automatically think, "Oh, we'll switch the fullbacks out. Ben Davies goes in left back. He'll do a job," but he don't do a job.
No,
but they don't do a job anymore. This is the problem. Yeah. Like it's not. Same with Harry Winks. It's not what it used to be. It's not. Oh, they'll do a job. They'll fill in. Like, and that was the same for Diers and Sanchez last year. Yeah. Thankfully, Diers and Sanchez have started off pretty good, touch wood. But the squad is getting so thin. The squad we've got now is Pochettino's second/third choice team. Like this, before he had Wanyama, Dembele, Eriksson, and Walker.
Yeah.
And his backups was Ben Davies, and Trippier. But these backups are they're getting worse,
First choice, yeah. And obviously it was Davis who come on. I know, but yeah, these players that Davis, Doherty, players like this, Winks, they aren't good enough to be at the club. They're not good enough to be at Tottenham.
No,
they're not. And I don't mean to be harsh. I don't mean to, but they should have gone. They should have gone in the summer.
These players are the same players that lost to Pacos away in the qualifier.
Yep.
It's the same players.
But it wouldn't surprise me if we saw a similar team too. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me if he plays a similar team like that. I don't know. I really don't know.
Gary said, "If Scarlett Niall," so I think he means play Scarlett and Niall John.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't
know what happened to Niall John. He was in pre-season. I don't know if he got a bit of an injury. If anyone knows what happened to Niall John, do let us know in the comment section below. Don't be afraid to get involved. We'll try and read out your comments and any questions you want answering. But yeah, Noel John's a bit of a weird one. So, Galini in goal Thursday?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to think up the lineup. So it's probably going to be Galini in goal. It's probably going to be a Davis Doherty fullback pairing.
Tangangas suspended Sunday, so he's probably going to play Thursday.
I reckon it'd be him, maybe him and Roden.
Yeah.
And then the middle.
Same problem, isn't it? That's the thing.
I think it might be Winston and Dembele, maybe. I don't know. I really don't know. It's probably the hardest way as well to predict the team at the moment. Usually you kind of know whereabouts it's going to be. I know you're quite good at guessing them. But at the moment, it could be anyone.
Yeah, it feels like a game of FIFA when you sell half your squad and you realise your squad's so
and you've got to try and put a team together and get the fitness back. Yeah,
exactly.
No, it's concerning. It really is. Yeah.
If Scarlett, Nigel, Markande, and Devine can step up this season and become first team material, it would help the squad so much. Yeah, it's exactly what you said in your preview for Rennes. And obviously, like I said, we sold, got rid. Bow went back, Vinicius went back, sold Lamella, Gil come in, but we do need another attacking player. If we could get that out of Markande, I mean, that's why we was linked with Adama Traore, just because we needed another attacker.
That would have probably filled a thing as well to get Traore.
I mean, everyone talks about Spurs, our great stadium, great training facilities. We need to start seeing this training facilities, like what's actually happening. Like, is anything coming through? Because all I'm seeing is these centre midfielders, Ventiler, Skip, Mason, Winks, Onuma. They start off all right, and they go for about 10 million, and that's it. Nothing
they're subpar. They're standard footballers. Yeah.
No, even Harry Kane. Like, he's not a flair footballer. We don't seem to produce footballers with a bit of flair. We had Marcus Edwards, but we give up on him. We had Andros Townsend. He wasn't good enough for us at the time, Andros. But I want to see some exciting players coming through, but we're just not
someone
seeing
to run it. Yeah, someone to run it. Run at the defender. Try and do something.
Roy says, if Kane gets injured against Rennes, we will not only have no creativity, but no strikers. Levy masterclass. This is Paratici masterclass, isn't it? Paratici masterclass.
Yeah.
But
no, it's true, though. If Kane does get injured, we are...
It's strange, because of course I don't want to see Tottenham lose, but I do like it when it's almost like a middle finger to Levy, because the fans don't moan for the sake of it. I don't want to moan. I want to be cheering us on. If Spurs could win games without a striker and do what Man City do, and so be it. But we don't. We're so desperate for a striker and some creativity. It hurts. It really does hurt. And it feels like we're on our last legs already. We end September. Like
I've only been playing 4 games.
Rennes, I don't know. I couldn't tell you the squad who's going to turn up. Maybe Jack Clark will be in the squad. Who knows? Yeah, Gary says going to have to get Llorente at this rate, but it wouldn't. I wouldn't cry about that. I really wouldn't.
No.
But all right, let's try and get a bit more positive in the stream. What are you looking forward to seeing then? Are you looking forward to hopefully seeing Ndombele? Do you think he'll have a point to prove Thursday?
Yeah, I think Ndombele, he hasn't played yet for us this season. Has he? I don't think he has.
No, that's the thing. His partner had a baby, and then he was on maternity leave, and I don't know if he'd come back, but I don't know. I think, of course, he wanted to leave, but I think we need a good performance from him.
I feel like Jack Clark maybe will get a few minutes as well, because I saw online that he wants to prove himself with Nuno, so he might get a start. I'd like to see Scarlett as well. I think Scarlett will be able to maybe put him and Kane up front. Maybe just try something different, but who knows? Yeah.
I think this is what people are asking for now. I think we need to see Nuno wanted to play 2 up front. This is what everyone's been saying. All the journalists have been saying. You didn't get your striker. It looked like you wanted Vahalovic and Martinez, completely out of our reach in the end. You got 2 strikers, even though it is academy. Play Scarlett and Kane up front. See what happens.
Yeah.
Just have Scarlett in the box. Let Kane do what he wants to do. Just have someone as a focal point, not to win headers, but just to stay in the box. Be like a Jermaine Defoe, just a little finisher in the box, feed off scraps.
No, I agree.
So what's your prediction then for Thursday night?
I'm going to go for 1-1.
Yeah. I suppose I have to take that.
Yeah.
1-0.
Yeah. I think that it'd be a hostile atmosphere as well. It'd be loud. I don't think we'll take many fans over there, but I think it will be a good atmosphere. And if they score early on, it will be a back to the wall performance from us. You kind of want to go in there and score the first goal and kind of settle the crowd down a little bit as well.
All right. Gary says, I think the squad isn't big because the Europa League Conference League isn't a major competition, so we're just going to focus on the league and get top 4. That's the thing. Well, I think it sounds bad to say, but I think our best chance of Europa League is winning the Conference League.
Yeah.
You have to get 5th or 6th.
Yeah, we have to get 5th or 6th.
I mean, West Ham could win Europa League and be in the Champions League next year.
Wow.
It feels incredible. Doesn't it? Amazing. Just what football can do. Yeah, you know what? I would love to see Alfie Devine Thursday. If he travel, at least make him travel. There's probably an academy fixture before Thursday. So if Devine and McCanday aren't in that squad, there's a good chance they will be with the first team on Thursday night.
Yep.
Don't make us laugh, Tell. Oh, West Ham. This is what West Ham. I don't know. They don't look too bad.
Stranger things have happened. I'll tell you that.
But yeah, Gaz has given us his preview on Rennes. But yeah, I think I'll take a draw. I think I'm going to go 0-0. I'm going to go 0-0.
0-0.
I don't think that would be the worst thing either. Go 0-0, a point. If you win your 3 home games, and then a draw away at 10 points should be enough for us to get through. Should we move on to Chelsea on Sunday?
Yep.
All right.
Go for it.
Let's hear from Gaz. Let's get him up. All right, this is Gary's opinion, preview for Chelsea on Sunday.
So I've got Chelsea at home next Sunday. After the Palace defeat, we must really pick ourselves up against Chelsea. This would not be an easy game for sure. Chelsea are in good form themselves, and they look quite a tough team to beat. The only positive for that is that Lo Celso, Romero and Sanchez will be available for selection, hoping Bergwijn will be available too after missing out versus Palace. I would like to see either Lo Celso or Ndombele start in this match. We need the creativity in the middle of the park, which we severely lacked at the weekend. But I would like to see Gil start, but only if Bergwijn and or Son are still out. I think Sanchez will be back in the starting 11. Not sure who his defensive partner will be, if Dier will be out injured. Either Rodon or Romero. Rodon maybe gets there ahead of Romero, as this would be a tough match for Romero, as it would be his first Premier League start. So my predictions for this one, I would happily take a draw, a 0-0 or 1-1, but I think Chelsea could win this one. This is a match we seriously have to do better in. We're at home, we will have the crowd to cheer the team on. Can Nuno turn it around against Chelsea? I bloody well hope so. If we can get that Man City vibe like we did on the opening day of the season, then yeah, I think we'll be in with a chance. It'd be a tough match to watch, that's for sure. So that concludes my review and previews of Tottenham. So we'll see you on Sunday at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium for Chelsea at home. Let's get behind the team, let's back the team, and hopefully we can get back to winning ways. But let's at least perform a lot better than what we did against Palace. Come on, you Spurs.
Very nicely put. It gives me a bit more optimism, and like you said, some players should be coming back. I mean, of course, Heung-min Son probably won't make it, but Bergwijn, of course, he's an important player now. I mean, he's a starter, factually a starter, and the Man City game with Bergwijn, Son and Lucas up front, we look better, and it's tough to say. We look better without Harry Kane, don't we?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I think against when we played City, it kind of looked a bit more free-flowing football, where we played against Watford and against Palace, it kind of, obviously I love Kane, but it felt like he slowed it down a little bit.
Yeah, it didn't see. It's like, give the ball to Kane. Now what? It's like, no one is running, which I keep saying, no runners. So if I was
And
Nuno,
Kane isn't. Sorry, yeah. I was going to say Kane isn't bad at playing the ball. This is the thing. But when there's no one for him to play the ball to, that I feel that's when he kind of gets frustrated and he takes them long shots. And don't get wrong, he hasn't got a bad long shot on him. But sometimes we have a chance and he'll shoot and it's wasted. Where if they did make runs or they went into different spaces, then we'd have a better chance to kind of put the ball in the net.
One good point was he got frustrated. I didn't watch the game. I really wasn't in the mood to watch it. But he got frustrated against Poland the other night and he had a long-range shot from frustration. He scored. It was a great goal, wasn't it? If it was going to be Poland.
Unreal goal.
But he didn't seem to have that frustration against Palace. It just seemed, I don't know if he was hiding. It just didn't seem to care that much. But it's tough to say. But yeah, I mean, I tweeted it the other day. If he's not up for Palace away, I bloody hope he's up for Chelsea and Arsenal. Because if he ain't going to turn up then, I don't know.
You'd like to think so. You'd like to.
You know, he ain't going to turn up for Wolves in the Cup. He ain't going to care, is he? Like, if he ain't going to turn up for Chelsea and Arsenal games.
Yeah. I feel like the next two games are really important as well.
Massive.
Very
Absolutely
important.
Massive.
In terms of how our season turns out, I feel like if you lose both of these, then it's all doom and gloom again.
Yeah. Gary says, I feel we play with a lot more freedom without Kane. The players feel obliged to give to Kane, but he needs to stay as the old school number 9 like Shearer. Oh, Ollie's gone again. But yeah, this is exactly what we've been saying. I mean, me and Gary were at the Man City game, and it felt like there was a game plan, and the defence didn't go too far up. And when we had the ball, we broke with so much pace with Bergwijn and Lucas and Son, and we all broke as a team. And it's what we're really crying out for, especially against Palace. I mean, Palace aren't as an aging squad as they used to be, but you should have still expect to run at them a bit. But the players on the pitch, we just didn't actually have any runners, which was really frustrating. Gary says internationals take its toll. Roy says our midfield is lacking so much in creativity. We have to bypass it with a ball over the top with runners, and it's exactly that. And this is a part of the problem again, that with Rodon and Tanganga playing centre back v Palace, they ain't got the ability to play the ball over the top, and that's what we're really struggling with. In the first 3 games, Sanchez and Dier. I'm not sure if Sanchez played the third game actually. I think he did, but Sanchez and Dier, they're pretty good now. We've seen it the beginning of the season. They're all right at playing the ball over the top, but Tanganga and Rodon, not like that, I'm blaming them, but they just haven't got that in their locker right now to play balls over the top. And it really does seem like just a lack of a game plan right now. Your Wi-Fi right now, mate?
Sorry, I think my phone overheated. It went a bit funny. I don't know what happened.
It is a powerful software. It does take up a lot.
Yeah, it's hot. My phone is boiling.
But yeah, we're just chatting about Kane, how we see better without him. So
yeah, it's the thing is, we did look all right without him, but he's one of them players where you want someone in the box, you want someone to get on the end of a ball. It's him, but at the moment we're not even creating them chances to get him in the box. And if I'm right in saying, the only 2 goals he scored this season is against that Pacos in the Europa Conference.
Mm.
So it's a little bit concerning.
All right, so we done our top 10 Tottenham last week.
Yeah.
And your number 1 was Harry Kane, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Rafa number 2 and Son 3. Was it Sonny 3?
Yes. And then Bale number 4, yeah.
Yeah. So that brings me on to Kane or Son. And now I think we've seen about, we mentioned it on the show, how important Human Son is to Spurs.
Yeah, I'd say in terms of, if we usually play better when we've got Son instead of if it's either Son or Kane, we usually seem better when we have Son. It feels like when we miss Son, the creativity does go.
Yeah.
So like when Kane was injured, I remember towards the end of last season or season before, we went on a stupid run, like really good. and I don't know what it is. I don't know if they play better. You think that they had that bond together. They played unreal. They were quality together. But then there sometimes are moments where it doesn't seem to work. It's a bit confusing.
It's weird because Kane and Son have got such a great link up, but Kane and Lucas, there's no chemistry at all there, is it?
No.
Like every time Kane and Lucas play, there's nothing there. And don't get me wrong, both good players, but they just not compatible. I think we saw it even when we was playing well. Everyone used to say Lucas always gets in Kane's way. Lucas is always trying to make the run. The same run Harry Kane's trying to do.
Yeah.
But like when we look back at Tottenham the last couple of years, all my memories going through my head. I was human some memories, you know.
He scored some big goals. He scored some really important goals for Tottenham as well.
And I mean, Kane turns up, touch wood, in the derbies. You know, he loves a goal against Arsenal, Chelsea last season. I can't remember Chelsea last season. Chelsea at home. I generally can't remember. Let me know in the comment section below if anyone can remember. I think we lost 1-0.
Chelsea at home. What was that with no fans?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we lost that 1-0. Let's see what Gary says. I took Kane out of my fantasy team. Also, if we played the best football against Chelsea and destroyed them, a healthy 3 or 4-0. Palace will be all forgotten about. That's what we hope so. But one good point I read today was that Christian Romero, he played against Romelu Lukaku last year, Atlanta versus Inter Milan, and Lukaku didn't score against Atlanta. So I'm not sure if what the final results were, but Lukaku didn't score. So I think it might be a good call to bring in Romero for the weekend. I probably would go Romero and Sanchez.
That's what I was about to ask you.
They are trained together right now.
Yeah.
Gary's reminded us, and Tottenham 0, Chelsea 1, Jorginho penalty. It was when Eric Dier was crawling on the floor, wasn't it? And he kicked Werner.
Yeah, and that was I think it was midweek when we played them, yeah. And then Vinicius had that header right at the end that he could have equalised. He put it over.
That was the final straw of Eric Dier for me. But it's weird now. He's played all right this season. It's very weird. What we still about? Yeah, Kane and Son. So, we've got the Kane memories from derbies, but let's talk about cup finals. Harry Kane in cup finals. You don't know he plays in cup finals, you know?
I think he had 4 cup finals, no goals, no assists. So, concerning to say the least.
But I don't know. I'm not sure. I would have been absolutely gutted if we sold him in the summer. Not only to do with Harry Kane and how much I love Kane, but just the transfer strategies, you know. I don't trust the club to bring in the right players, you know. We looked at our most expensive signings the other day, and such as Sissoko and Soldado and Ndombele, the Celso, 30 million, 40 million, Lamela, you know, and you know they're not going to go down in history, you know.
They're kind of like players that haven't made an impact. So you've paid big money for them, and they've never seemed to they haven't lived up to the price tag, if that makes sense.
Gary says, I even noticed when playing for England players didn't pass the Kane at times. And I've seen this as well. My dad was saying it the other day about how Raheem Sterling really refuses to give the ball to Harry Kane. You know, it's very bizarre. I'm going to push you down. Kane or Son? Who is more important to Spurs?
Kane.
Still for going Kane?
I think so, yeah. Don't get me wrong, it's very close. But I feel like, would we be this far as we would if we could only have one of them, if we could only have Kane or Son, say 6 years ago? Where would we have got further with Kane or Son? I think it would be Kane. But that's just opinion, obviously, yeah. And I could see why people would say Son as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, both brilliant players. And right now,
What's your answer?
What's that? What's
your answer? What would you say?
Oh, we've got a few comments popped in. We've got a fan coming. We've got a Charlton fan who's just left us a little comment. I'll come to that one in a minute. I'll have to go him and Son just for these. I've been going Spurs for 10, 15 years, and I've been going to games where I don't think we've even got a chance of winning the game. like Man City at home in the Champions League. I didn't think it would win. And
Yeah.
Son delivers. Even like Son against Man City at home, first game of the season. I went there, didn't think we'll win. And he still comes up with these moments. And then when we played Man City in the League Cup final last year, or this year still, and I thought we had a good chance of at least turning up, and Kane invisible. Of course, Son played as well, but I just feel sometimes where I don't think there's a chance Son pops up, but I just don't feel like Kane pops up enough. But I'm going to go Son. That is my answer. But I am thinking irrational after the last couple of weeks. I've lost a lot of love for Harry Kane. I've lost everything that's happened. My dad says, I think if we beat Chelsea 3 or 4-0 with our midfield, Tuchel's job will be on the line. So I have to agree. I think if we beat Chelsea, I think Tuchel's job should be on the line,
Yeah. I think we're getting a bit carried away.
There we go. Gary says we spent 35 million on Clark and Sessegnon. And that's the thing. We spent 35 million on Clark and Sessegnon. Neither of them in the squad for Palace. Sessegnon injured again. And Clark just not in the squad. They chose
I don't know if it's... Yeah, with Clark, do you reckon it's something to do with his work rate or his ethic or his work ethic, maybe? Because there's been plenty of possibilities or chances where he could have got onto the bench or he could have been in the team for the Europa Conference and he never seemed to... Do you know what I mean? It's just a bit of a weird one.
Gary says, no, Son is more important. We should have sold Kane and built a team around Son. It's so strange, isn't it? Because every time, like, there's a transfer window, you're like, oh, we'll get it sorted in January. Doesn't happen. We'll get it sorted in the summer. And then you go back to January and you're waiting. And then like, I have this argument with my dad almost every day. And I say to my dad, it's not going to happen. We ain't going to sign anyone. He's like, we have to. We ain't got a choice. I'm like, it don't mean nothing. We don't mean we're going to get the signings. It really don't. We've been crying out for Ericsson replacement, then Bele replacement, the Tongan replacement, Kyle Walker replacement. Don't just because we need him, we're going to get him. And if we do get him, the chances are it ain't going to be the right player. And we've seen it. Yeah. Let's hear from a Charlton fan. Let's see what a Charlton fan says. Jack says, not the end of the world, remember. At least you aren't Charlton.
That's very true.
Cheered me up there. Is that cheered me? It's not really cheered
cheers, mate. Cool, that's made me.
On
top of the world now, Jack. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm not too sure how Charlton are doing, but I've seen Jack is going.
Not good.
I'm paying over £1,000 for my season ticket, Jack. I know you're paying about 200 quid. So I'm paying 5 times the amount you're paying. So put it that way. So who would you rather be? And I'm sure you've got more strikers in your squad than we do. But,
and more big chances created.
Yeah, I'm sure you can. If you want Harry Winks, you can have Harry Winks. We'll have
Harry Arter. Or Harry
Arter. Harry Arter. I'll still take Harry Arter,
Yeah,
Gary says, hurry up, get promoted to the Prem. I want Charlton away. Love Charlton away. Love the Valley. Good little ground. Not too far.
Good little club. Very close.
Back to Chelsea then. What is your prediction?
I'm going to go for 3-0 Chelsea.
And that's it for today's stream, guys.
No, I'm being honest. I think they're different. I think they're a different level to us at the moment. And the thing is, we can play well tomorrow. We can play well on Sunday and still get beat. And that's if we turn up. And if we don't turn up and we play the same against Palace, I would dread to think what the score's going to be.
You know what? I think that's how low I feel right now. I'd almost accept us losing if we play well.
Yeah.
I want to see if we lost 3-2 and we scored 2 good goals, well-worked goals, then it'd give me a bit more hope going forward. But right now, like I said, creativity is such a big issue right now. And like I said, we've got Son to come back. Yeah. But Son's a finisher and a runner. I wouldn't say he's a creative player.
Yeah.
FYI, £400 at Charlton where I sit. So I don't know if that's good. Is that good money? I suppose it's all right.
Well, rip off.
Rip off.
Yeah.
We said this about City, not expected to win, but at least put a shift in and try. Exactly, yeah. We just want us to try a bit more effort, and I'm so sick of it now. I'm so sick of us conceding, and then the camera pans to Ben Davis, it pans to Lloris, pans to Dier and whoever, and there's just no reaction.
It's like they have the same. It's like I've seen that reaction so many times.
Yeah.
And usually, I know going back to when we played Palace on Saturday, usually when we go 1-0 down, towards the end, we don't. It's not that we'd score, but we kind of push on and we'll have a few more chances. But you concede in the 76th minute and then you concede another 2.
It's a great point because that actually reminds me of the Chelsea game at home last season. I don't think we created nothing. And then all of a sudden, the last 2 minutes when we needed a goal, we actually went for it.
Yeah.
And this was with Mourinho in charge. And it was almost like, why are you even trying to go for it now? You've had 90 minutes to try and go for the win.
Yeah. I feel like that's always been Tottenham, though. Always.
Yeah.
I don't
you just want to bang your head into the wall.
Really don't. It's frustrating. The problem is you want to give up, but you can't because, on Thursday at 5:45, you'll be there, excited.
That's the thing. I've got... Sad as it is, I've got nothing else. I ain't
got nothing left.
Got nothing left. Finally, let's go with some polls. So I ran some polls on the Twitter account. If you want to follow us on Twitter, it is at Monday Spurs. Some of them, I just wanted to see a reaction. I put, would we have seen more attacking football under Ryan Mason? Yes or no? What do you think, Ollie? Did you hear me, mate?
I put yes, actually. But
I
feel like we did have Bale. Yeah, sorry, I did put yes.
Yeah.
I feel like when I know we only had Mason for a few games, but we did do a little bit. Because at the moment with Nuno, it has been very, very, very poor.
So, I put it out there. Would we have seen more attacking football under Ryan Mason? I got 18 votes. 78% said yes. And that's very high. Earlier, it was about 50-50 earlier, but 78% of fans with 18 votes said we would see more attacking football under Mason. And I think yes. I don't know what Nuno's game plan is right now with Mason. The only thing Mason did wrong was not playing Ndombele, but we now know why he didn't play him because he wanted to leave. But he put Bale straight in there. He wasn't afraid to. He wasn't afraid to win 3-2, he just wanted to go for it. Another poll I put out, are you confident Spurs will have a successful season? This one got 35 votes. 17% said yes, 63% said no, and 20% said too early. So a few people are starting to panic already. Only 17% think yes. And then the final poll I put out, how many points are we picking up from Chelsea and Arsenal? 50% of people said no, 0. 10% said 1 to 2. 35% of people said 3. 5% said 6. So whoever didn't have 5%, I want to have a beer with you because I want to be cheered up. Right. What do you think then? Chelsea and Arsenal, what are we getting? And this is with all players back.
I said, I want to go for 2 points.
2 points. I'll take 2 draws. It's not nice to lose against either of them. If we played Makande, Devine, and Clark, and they battled and got the ball forward every opportunity, they wouldn't get the. They wouldn't. No, I think he means he would get the crowd going. He's having a mare again. They would get the crowd going. Exactly that. Yeah. So, we want to see attacking football at the Lane. I mean, I'm sick of saying it now in this stream. I mean, I so hope we've got something positive to talk about next Monday. Nuno's the type of manager who beats the top 6 clubs, but never beats the teams below. He's done this with Wolves as well. I think I read something about that on Twitter. He's got a good record against Chelsea at home. But you can say
fingers crossed.
We will see. But I think that just about wraps it up then. So you said 3-0 Chelsea at the weekend?
Yep.
I'll go 2-0 Chelsea. I think they'll score 1 early on. And then the tempo of the game won't change, I don't think. And then they'll just score again just to kill the game. But as part of being a Spurs fan, we've got to stick to it. Better than hoofball down at Charlton. We play hoofball. But no one runs onto it. That is our problem. But thanks.
At least, someone gets on the end of it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Anything else to add, Els, before we go, mate?
No, I think you covered it perfectly. I think done it very good.
All right, let's just get rid of that. Thanks for tuning in, everyone, tonight. We've had quite a few people tuning in, which is great to see. If you want to catch us again, we're here every Monday, 9 p.m, same time, same place. Do get your comments and questions in, as always. Appreciate interacting with everyone. I will be at the Chelsea game on Sunday, so hopefully I'll record a few videos there. Hopefully it'll be something positive to cheer about. We'll review Chelsea and Rennes next week. Ollie, thanks for joining me again, mate. Gary, if you're watching,
cheers, mate.
Thanks for your pre-recorded clips. That's going to do it for tonight's show, then, boys. And keep the faith. Hopefully, a positive episode next week. And come on, you Spurs. Tottenham, 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 Tottenham.